Hi guys, welcome to this next YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about pre-shot routine and the importance of having a good pre-shot routine. Okay, so the first reason why I'd suggest having a pre-shot routine is because it just keeps everything consistent. Okay, if your pre-shot routine is going to be consistent, then you'd hope that reflects onto your technique. And putting is all about consistency. Like you can have pretty average stroke, you can have random numbers, but if it's consistent, then it's going to work. Okay, because then you're going to know your tendencies, know what works for you, know what doesn't work for you, and that's really important. So having a pre-shot routine sets you up the exact same every time, no matter what slope or length that you've got. Okay, and that's the most common thing you'll see with the guys on tour, is that they will literally, whether they've got a 3-foot putt or a 50-foot putt, whether it's left to right or right to left or straight, they're going to have the exact same pre-shot routine on every putt. Okay, and this takes away any sort of negative thoughts because all you're thinking about is the next step of your routine. You're not thinking about trying to hold a putt or not getting nervous or not allowing any negative thoughts to come in. You're thinking about your routine, hitting the putt, and then just moving on. Okay, so just want to talk a little about the steps to just a good routine. Firstly, I think it's important to not overcomplicate it and just having something that's very just short and sweet, because then you're going to remember it at the end of the day. If you make a routine that's got 10 different things, then I mean, you might stick with it for the first 3 holes, but once you get to hole 18 and you've played 4 hours of golf and you're pretty tired, I doubt you're going to stick to it. So just having just a few sort of steps in place, just to make sure you always stick to it, no matter where you're on the course, no matter what putt you have, is really important. And the best way to do that is just having something that's just short and sweet. Cool, so got a flat 10-foot putt here, and I'm going to talk you guys through what I expect sort of a standard pre-shot routine to look like. Nice and simple, nice and easy to follow when you're on the course and in whatever situation you're in, okay? So let's say you just got up to the green, you've sort of sussed out length of putt. First thing you're gonna do is obviously read the putt. Now there's loads of different methods. You can obviously do aim point, you can see the slope of the green, the grain, look around the green. If there's a slope up there that leads down there, you know the slope's in that way, so it could be like a left or right. There's a few different ways and a few different clues, okay, but that's each their own. I know this putt here is straight, so the first thing I'm going to do is line it up. I'd always recommend using a line no matter what putt you've got, whether it's 3 foot or 50 foot. Again, always line it up because alignment's probably the most important thing in putting. As soon as I've lined it up, this is when the pre-shot routine properly kicks in, okay? So I'm going to stand a few steps behind my ball and have a few practice strokes from here, okay? Feeling out the stroke. Now I'm looking from ball to hole, getting an idea on how hard to hit it, okay? And I'm always looking at the putt. I'm never looking down at my putter. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to step up to the ball, put my putter just to the side. I'm going to have 2 practice strokes. One practice stroke is going to be looking at the hole, and then one practice stroke is going to be looking at my putter. Notice these practice strokes are proper strokes, okay? They aren't me just swinging the putter about. So once I've done my second practice stroke, looking at the putter, I'm then going to set up to the ball, and I'm going to have 2 looks. During these looks, you've got to visualize the putt going in. So I'm going to have 1 look, visualize it going in. Second look, visualize it going in. When I come back to the ball after my second look, you've got to hit the putt straight away. So back to the ball, pretty quick. Hit the putt straight away. In the hole, happy days. So the reason why it's got to be pretty sudden, pretty quick between each step is because the longer we're spending over the ball, longer we're spending on each stage, our muscles are seizing up, especially when we have the ball here. It's really important to have your second look come down at the ball and hit straight away within, say, a second. Because if I'm looking at the hole, then looking back at my ball and freezing, the longer I'm freezing here, the more my muscles are seizing up. So then when that initial takeoff comes, it's never going to be as sort of consistent or effective as when you keep everything moving and keep it all fluid. But golf's obviously a very fluid game, so you've got to just keep it moving. That's what you'll find the guys on tour do well. They'll spend time on lining the ball up, they'll spend time on their green reading. When they get into their actual pre-shot routine, it's very quick, it's very sudden, very simple. I hope you found that video helpful, insightful, and easy to follow. Any questions, just drop them below in the comment section. Like and subscribe, and I'll be back with a new video next week. Thanks, guys.